This is some fuck shit, bro. Fuck, this dude's behind me or some shit. What
there
the
to
fuck?
satisfy Epstein's criminal sexual desires by...
I got fucking goosebumps because this fucking demon appeared on my screen. Welcome back to another Scary Saturday. Today, we are watching the one and only again, Nick Crawley, man. He posted. It is Aviloop, YouTube's darkest mystery. Nick Crawley, what you got in store for us, my boy? Let's find out. Here we go, man. Recording? We're recording? We ready?
August 5th.
Test.
2011.
Oh.
A channel appears on YouTube serving as a promotional page for an up-and-coming company called Aviloop, a brand that boasted unbeatable deals in the world of aviation.
Here we go.
That same day, 4 videos were uploaded, each showcasing young women dressed as flight attendants, detailing some of the many services that Aviloop provided.
Okay.
These would be the only videos ever uploaded to the channel, as from that moment on, the page was abandoned, giving Aviloop a lifespan of just 1 day.
Okay.
The 1 day is all it would take to set in motion a mystery that remains unsolved to this very day, a mystery surrounding the company at the core of this channel and the services that it allegedly provided, with no one being able to answer the seemingly simple question, what was Aviloop? And the more you search for answers, the more deranged this trail becomes.
What?
This is the story of Aviloop, YouTube's darkest mystery.
What the fuck?
And there's no catch.
Oh shit.
So what are you waiting for, Captain?
Wait, yo, that kind of sounds different, bro. This video contains opinions and theories. Oh wait, what? Man, I was trying to read that, my boy.
So what
That was
are
too
you
quick.
waiting for, Captain?
Sorry. I didn't hear that good. Sorry, I had to read that. I encourage everyone to do your own research and form your own conclusions. I do not condone the harassment of anyone mentioned in this video. Interesting. So this is more sort of like a theory or like multiple theories that's going on? Or like it's not like really a fact. It's not a fact. Let's see it.
Welcome to Aviloop, your collective buying website for anything aviation.
The formula for Aviloop's content was simple. A young woman stands in front of a static white background dressed in a flight attendant's outfit.
It's kind of
They
strange,
refer to
though,
themselves
yeah.
as deal attendants.
That's weird.
And their job seems to be sharing information about this new brand, Aviloop.
All
We
right.
offer deals on
How about
flight
boys?
lessons, pilot accessories,
fuel, FBO services, charter flights, and even small aircraft.
You don't see that very often.
The brand marketed a number of unique aviation-related services, making them appear as a one-stop shop for anyone in the industry or just anyone interested in flying.
Okay.
Aviloop claimed to do it all, and at unbeatable prices too,
Our deals are usually 50 to 90% off.
promoting deals of 50 to 90% off.
Okay.
It hardly seems like anything mysterious, just your standard subpar ad from the early 2010s.
Well, the static background. Well, let's hit a man out. I don't even know. I don't even have any conclusions yet. I don't even know like the backstory of like Aviloop. I don't know anything. So
But the more you watch,
we already have a conclusion already.
the less clear it
Sorry.
becomes what
I'll stop.
exactly Aviloop did. They left their business incredibly vague. There were no prices, no locations, and rather they just listed a bunch of flying buzzwords, offered
Okay.
at deals that seemed impossible. For
Yeah.
example, they list fuel supply among their offerings, but how are they actually getting the fuel and providing it at 50 to 90% off?
Doesn't
And
make
where in the
sense, yeah.
country or even the world are they offering it? It just doesn't seem realistic. What they're saying sounds fine on the surface, but the more you think about it, the less sense it really makes. It just seems too good to be true. Not to mention how bizarre it is that this unknown company could come in and offer literally anything you could want that's flying related, with such
What if it's not? Is it a real company? There's no way this is an actual real company, right? Is it like maybe it's like someone that just posted it on YouTube? They just happened to got like their friends to record that shit. I don't know. Just going based off of the assumption of like not knowing the scary video, you know? Basically, is what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? No, just me, guys. Okay. I'll
such
shut it down.
exorbitant deals. Admittedly though, this is easy enough to ignore and play off as an ineffective or even deceitful advertisement.
Right.
But there was something else that was much harder to ignore about these commercials. With that being, the deal attendants themselves. Despite
What?
Aviloop claiming to be a professional aviation business, it's difficult not to notice how cheap these women's outfits appear. They're clearly costumes rather than real flight attendant uniforms, and they're clearly over-sexualized too. They're
How?
essentially dressed as fetishized versions of actual flight attendants,
Okay,
which
I
is
guess,
bizarre as one of the services that Aviloop claims to provide is staffing for flight crews, which would include actual flight attendants.
What?
Yet, for whatever reason, they chose to dress these girls in seductive costumes. If they were trying to make these advertisements look professional, they were failing miserably. And it wasn't only the outfits that had a strange sexual undertone to them, it was also the script that the girls were reading.
Okay.
Whether you want to learn to fly, charter an airplane, or just see more girls like me,
Or to see more girls like me.
Aviloop can help.
Aviloop can help.
So what are you waiting for, Captain?
And remember Top Gun? Clearly your attractiveness increases with every flight under your belt.
Okay. That just sounds like a fucking born ad or some shit, bro.
Bizarrely, the videos themselves were filled with sexual innuendos.
Anyone
Yeah,
who
see what I'm saying? When she said captain, I was like, hey, yo, captain? Me?
believes that humans were not meant to fly never experienced the thrill of their own successful landing. Get ready to fly big boy airplanes.
They were clearly trying to be more than a little flirty, which
Okay.
goes hand in hand with the outfits that they were donning.
Okay.
Now, some
Yeah.
might argue that this was a sign of the times. In 2011, edgy and over-sexualized marketing
I
was
remember that
still
ad.
very much in the norm, with several major companies building their entire brands around the approach. But the only problem here is that the videos made it unclear what Aviloop was even supposed to be offering. Despite
Yeah.
saying a lot, the lack of details made it entirely ineffective.
Sounds just like a
the business
website, like a porn website to go to, you know?
itself was an
Like one of those like scammy ones.
afterthought, with the
I say like Christina, like 15 miles away. Some like dumb shit like that, bro.
focus instead being on these women. In fact, even in the channel's description, they simply wrote, "Meet Aviloop deal attendants."
Okay.
This is the official page for a brand new company trying to promote its services. And that's all they had to say. That's how they
Yeah.
marketed their entire company.
I mean,
Making some wonder what was actually the role of these deal attendants, and what
Huh.
was actually the purpose of Aviloop.
okay.
The first and most likely theory at this point is that Aviloop was an overambitious company that used over-sexualized marketing to build intrigue around its brand, at a time when others
Well,
were doing the same
okay.
thing to great success. Maybe they weren't even off the ground yet and over-promising on services that they hoped to one day be able to provide.
Right.
But for the time being, we're just throwing out there to get more people to visit their website. But with such a focus on these deal attendants, and just how strange these videos come across, some were left with a different theory. That rather than Aviloop using sex to sell their service,
I don't think that
maybe
one, no.
sex was their service.
Yes. Like I said, like could it be like a website or some shit? There's no way this is an actual fucking company, right? Like an actual aviation company. It's just like being advertised as that, but it's actually just like the fantasy of like that. So it's like a website specifically for aviation or flight attendant women, or like that's the thing, right? I'm assuming like their only offer is that. There's no way. there's
The
anything
theory
else.
goes that Aviloop was a front for pornography or even
Right.
prostitution,
Okay.
poorly hidden under the guise of this fake aeronautics company.
But what if it's on purpose?
This would explain the prominence of these deal attendants, as they themselves may have been the actresses or prostitutes. And it
Okay.
also explains the lack of information about the company itself, as the
Okay.
reason their deals and services don't seem to make any sense was because they weren't actually offering them. It was all
Right?
just a
Dude, this
cover-up.
fucking creepy thing right
And
here. I don't like
honestly,
it.
just going off the eye test, this is how the page comes across. But there are other details that make this theory a lot more compelling.
What is it?
For starters, in numerous videos, they mention an unusual feature of their website, that users can vote for their favorite deal attendant and win prizes as a result.
What?
You can even vote for your favorite deal attendant and win special prizes.
With one of these special prizes later being revealed to be a one-on-one video call with one of these deal attendants.
I'm going right now.
This shows that the deal attendants weren't just for marketing, they were a core part of the services offered to Aviloop users, making one wonder what was actually happening on those video calls, and was it perhaps something sexual? And it goes even deeper than that.
Probably, bro.
As there's a reason why I mentioned prostitution specifically in this theory, with that reason being a line mentioned in one of these videos.
To purchase this deal, you must hold at least a private pilot license and a current medical certificate. Don't miss out and click on that big blue button. You know you
What?
want to.
The deal attendant mentions that all customers needed to provide an up-to-date medical certificate.
What?
Now, this isn't something that's necessarily unheard of in the aviation world, but it certainly isn't the norm, at least from
That's
what I could
weird.
tell. But in the context of this theory, it makes perfect sense. If they
What the
truly
shit?
were operating some sort of prostitution ring, then their customers having an up-to-date medical certificate would be imperative to preventing the spread of STDs.
Okay.
It's strange enough to make this theory feel legitimately possible, but even if it wasn't true, it seems obvious that there was something off with this channel, and we haven't even discussed the strangest part of it all.
Uh-oh. The website itself?
In a few videos, you can hear unusual sounds in the background.
What?
And you want to add multi-engine to your Pretty Green license, this is your opportunity to do it at 50% off. Add multi-engine to your Pretty Green license, this is your opportunity.
The fuck was that? It's like a kid or
to your
dog.
Pretty Green license, this is.
In the background, you can hear what appears to be someone moaning in a blatantly sexual manner.
Okay.
Which was loud enough for even the deal attendant to take notice.
Okay.
It's very unusual, and certainly not a sound that could just accidentally happen on a typical film set.
I didn't hear that shit the first time. What the?
Makes it all the stranger that another inexplicable noise was heard in the background of a different video.
More?
And this one left viewers far more distressed.
Okay. Let me hear
Want
it.
to learn to fly, charter an airplane, or to see more girls like me? Aviloop can help.
Oh, I heard that. I heard that.
Or to see more girls like me? Aviloop can help. Or to see more girls like me? Aviloop can help.
Dude.
Some believe that this is yet another sexual moan, while others swear they can hear a specific word. The word, help.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. I don't
It's
think
incredibly concerning, especially if this prostitution theory is true. I mean, there's just so many implications to it.
Given the link between prostitution and human trafficking.
But
Dude,
again, this could all be...
You know what? That's what scares me, bro. Like the fact that like Jeffrey Epstein, because I think this goes into that, right? No, maybe so. I'm just saying because he was like the most like well-known human trafficker. I don't really know the details of all of it, but just sex trafficking in general, like the whole concept of it and it being an actual thing is insane to me, bro. Like there's probably right now as I'm talking, there's probably some sexual ring or some shit going on right now, bro. That's fucking scary. I mean, just look at never mind. Let me not. I was gonna say just look at the USA. But let me not get into that. There's no point. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Be part of the marketing. Maybe this was all just a ploy to get people to visit their website,
Yeah.
roping you in with these sexualized, creepy, and even concerning videos
Yeah,
that
for
almost
sure.
demand that you
No
dig
way.
deeper. Well, if this is the case, then surely visiting their website would help put this mystery to bed.
Okay, let's go to the website.
At the time these videos were uploaded back in 2011, those visiting the Aviloop website would be met with a rather lackluster experience.
Okay.
The homepage was dull and uninviting, and seemed about as vague as the videos promoting
Yeah,
it.
what the hell is
However, they
this?
did have an About section that attempted to describe the service more in depth.
Okay.
There, they mentioned that the primary goal of Aviloop was safety, as they believed that making training and other aeronautic services more accessible could in turn help prevent accidents, which
What?
strangely was never even hinted at in their videos.
Wait, I didn't
which
understand
was
that.
Safety, as they believed that making training and other aeronautic services more accessible could in turn help prevent accidents, which strangely was never even hinted at in their videos, and is never mentioned again on any other portion of the website.
Interesting.
But it was in this About tab that they listed even more services that they claimed to provide. Services like navigation equipment, headsets, and pilot vacations, among many
What?
other things. Basically anything even remotely related to flying, they sold it, or at least claimed to. And they insisted that they did so cheaper than anywhere else, by using collective bargaining, a process that they would go
See,
into greater detail.
the company itself is not even legit. The website itself is not even legit. But at the time, I guess it wasn't that legit. Like, this is how long ago was this? Did he say? I didn't hear. I really need to open my ears and stop talking, huh? Sorry, guys.
About. Basically, Aviloop acts as a third party, partnering with aviation businesses to promote unique deals on their site. Each of these
Okay.
deals has a quota that must be hit for it to actually go through. So if enough people buy the deal, the quota is reached, and everyone gets a voucher to do or receive whatever they paid for. But if the
Okay.
deal doesn't reach its quota, then everyone is refunded and the deal is voided without any cost to the users or the business.
Interesting.
Aviloop was the middleman, which could explain how they managed to offer such impressive deals and such diverse services. Though again, this is just what they were saying, begging the question,
Interesting.
was anything actually being sold on Aviloop.com? Well, there actually was. The deals were
What?
sorted by general locations, and most consisted of flying lessons, museum trips, or even temporary tattoos.
What?
However, there was something unusual about these listings. Bizarrely, almost every deal on the site was marked as completed, each having ended in 1969, which
shit.
obviously was impossible. There were only a select few deals throughout the entire website's history that were ever even active. And even then, there didn't seem to be a way to actually purchase them.
Interesting.
This end date of 1969 was either some sort of glitch, or it was intentionally set that way, as the year just so happens to be yet another sexual innuendo.
Yeah.
So what should prove the company's legitimacy actually only makes this company seem more suspicious.
So it's just
It was
a
like they
front.
were trying to make it appear as if they were selling all these different things, yet
Right?
in reality they were hardly offering anything, and what they were offering wasn't even available for purchase.
Okay.
This sent me on a hunt trying to find any sort of testimonials or reviews from any Aviloop customers, but strangely, I couldn't find a single one. In fact, the only proof that I could find that anyone actually used the service was an Aviloop patch that I found floating around on eBay.
No
And the only
way.
reason that this is at all significant is that these badges were included in most of the offers on the website.
What the
But
fuck?
this isn't substantial in any way, shape, or form. And
But
it's clear that the seller
But who bought the fucking shit? Who bought the motherfucking thing? And who has it right now? And who gave it to him? I'm asking the real questions, bro. How do you have this such niche business patch? How do you have that? And who'd you get it from, man? That's the rabbit hole he needs to go down, I think.
wasn't actually a customer and was instead a patch collector that must have somehow obtained it. Making me question if anyone actually ever bought something from this website, and if this
Probably
whole
not.
marketplace was really just a ploy. Which takes us
Probably.
back to that lingering theory. Just like the Aviloop channel, the website featured these deal attendants, and just
That's
like the
so
channel,
weird.
they seemed to be the primary focus. Their involvement was plastered all over the website,
Makes me uneasy,
with the
bro.
whole business model appearing to hinge on their involvement, which the site was not afraid to outwardly admit. What is the
Alright.
first thing you look for on our deal pages? We understand. Go ahead, check out our deal attendants. They sure are stunning. Vote for your favorite deal attendant for a chance to win a one-on-one VIP video chat with one of the girls. You will find our models are not only beautiful, but also fun and interesting to talk to.
So now they're models.
Just have fun. Feel free to bask in the glory of your win, and be the envy of your friends.
Okay.
After all, not everyone gets to brag about video chatting with supermodels. The process of voting for the best deal attendant was something that they heavily pushed, going as far as to reward one voter each week with the aforementioned private video call. And when discussing these calls,
That's
they
so
not so
weird. What the fuck? It was part of like some niche like group like that was into it, like maybe aviation people. Or I don't know, dude. It's weird. It's part of like some niche thing, like this smaller group of people are a part of. I don't
suddenly
know.
hinted that they weren't just ordinary video chats.
It's weird.
Rating, you will be talking to real successful fashion models with exciting backgrounds. Many are big aviation fans, so you will have a lot to talk about.
Okay.
You never know. Vote, win, chat. You never know.
The allusion to sex was way more prevalent on the site than even on the channel.
With this line seeming to hint that winning these video calls could entail some sort of sexual encounter with the deal attendant, which
Oh.
only seems to bolster this theory even more. But unlike the channel, here we're at least given a bit more context as to why these women or deal attendants are being used. And according to the site,
Yeah.
it wasn't as sinister as it seems. Under the business section, which is used as an FAQ for companies wanting to promote their deals on Aviloop, they wrote, "What is the deal with deal attendants?
Oh, that's
As a
your
business,
question.
you have the option to include a professional video of one of our stunning models on your deal page for a flat fee. She will deliver a 30 to 60 second message describing your promotion. Our deal attendants are real professional models who work for high-end clients. Why
Well,
should
that's
I
not-
include a deal attendant? Although our promotions get a lot of exposure, adding a deal attendant has the potential of making it viral on social media sites.
Well, they're not offering that. They're offering the video chat with them. They're not offering. They didn't say this is a completely different thing, right? This is. I'm not going crazy. They first offered the fucking not a promotion. It was a one-on-one video chat. Yeah, this is definitely some type of front, bro.
Promotions that include a video
Ain't
tend
no
to
way.
be extra successful. There's a lot to unpack here. For
Yeah.
starters, this explains how Aviloop makes their money. They're basically charging companies to run ads using these deal attendants.
Sounds
And the
about right.
videos on their channel are examples of what these ads would look like. Though calling them professional is extremely generous, and I can't imagine
Okay.
any companies actually wanting to use the service. And given that these are the only videos that they shared, I don't think many, if any, actually did. But in this explanation, Aviloop is all but admitting to using these deal attendants to rope people into visiting their website, over-sexualizing them to lure in perverted internet users, giving them false hope that they'd be able to interact with these women and maybe even sleep with them. And in exchange, these users keep coming back to the site under this false hope, which maybe could lead to them purchasing something.
But that's the thing, though. You would at least think there's a review or like somebody out there that actually had like the like the experience. You know what I'm saying? But if no one had an experience, I feel like it's a small group of people that just specifically know about it, know where to do, know where to go, and like actually purchase these things, or I guess choose a flight attendant. I don't know.
It's an insane business model, and one that really doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
I mean, they're claiming that this is a service for professionals and real aviation fans, for the primary reason of making our skies safer, yet they aren't actually offering anything but the prospect of talking to women.
Yeah.
These women are the main and really only draw of the service, and even the deals that they did list seem to contradict the primary goal of this company. I mean, how would a trip to the museum help with aviation safety? And how would a temporary tattoo help with that either?
Doesn't make any sense.
And on the topic of these tattoos, they're also extremely sexual in nature. They were meant to mimic pilot stripes and be put on your shirtless shoulders, with a package reading, "When a uniform just won't do," and the description adding all sorts of innuendos.
And this is a good time to point out just how strange the writing is across the entire website. As here they write, "What better way to thank a pilot than by saying, 'Captain, you deserve to have your epaulets tattooed. We wish someone had these on board of the Miracle on the Hudson flight. Just imagine the look on the pilot's face if someone handed these to him. So why not keep a pair in your wallet and thank the Sully in your life for the next flight? Every safe landing deserves recognition, and this gift is sure to make their day.'" Everything is written like this. It's not only sexual, it's also nonsensical, and feels like it was written by AI at a time when AI wasn't even a thing. Everything about Aviloop feels wrong. The lack of any tangible goods and services, the overly convoluted business structure, and the lack of any public customers just makes this company appear so fake.
Yeah,
but that doesn't inherently mean that they were actually involved in pornography or prostitution. I mean, despite all these innuendos,
true. Maybe it's fake. Maybe it's a fake website.
there is no direct mention of the sale of sex anywhere on the web.
But who would go this far for a website, bro? To put all this shit inside and like multiple fucking layers to this, you know what I'm saying?
Website from what I could see. And unfortunately, much of the website is lost to time, as in 2016 the site would go down, replaced by another random URL, making it impossible to know what this platform was actually like for those who signed up for it.
Oh shit.
What were they actually being offered? What were they discussing amongst themselves? And what happened on these video calls? It's all unknown, as what I've shown is pretty much all I was able to salvage from the Wayback Machine.
Makes sense.
However, Aviloop didn't stay down forever. In 2019, Aviloop.com re-emerged, only this time it looked very different. Gone were the deals, the business model, and most importantly, the deal attendants, and in its place was what looked to be a generic template website. They still claimed to offer some of their services, but they were now left even more vague, and there was no attempt to even make it look like you could purchase anything. Even the innuendos were gone. It was quite literally as bare bones as it gets, and comes across like a sham website, void of any notable information.
Interesting.
With one exception. There was a single new addition to the site, as at the very bottom you could find a short bio, not of a deal attendant, but of a legitimate pilot named Nadia Marinko.
What?
The creator of Aviloop.
What the fuck?
This revelation is huge, as Nadia Marinko was a well-known and extremely successful pilot, which makes Aviloop all the more confusing, as you would think that her involvement in the company would help legitimize it, and make it seem more likely that Aviloop was a real company after all.
But what if they're just using her as the front, you know? Like without her permission?
But instead, it actually did the exact opposite, as her involvement plunges this mystery into a whole new depth. A depth far darker than we've yet to discuss.
Oh shit.
Born in Czechoslovakia in 1986, Nadia dedicated her younger years to modeling, landing multiple high-profile roles in her country. And by the age of just 15, these roles led to her being moved to the United States to help continue this budding career. But by 20, her interest had shifted to a different kind of runway. She became obsessed with flying and had a natural talent for it too, quickly rising through the ranks and gaining certifications faster than most others could at that age. By 25, she was considered extremely accomplished for someone so young. And her
25? Damn, bro. She was flying shit at 25? Man, I'm sitting on my ass. I'm 24. Goddamn. All right. Yeah, she was pretty young.
Resume would soon reach a wider audience when she began leveraging social media.
Remember that old video?
She posted videos under the alias Gulfstream Girl, and eventually Global Girl, where she marketed herself as a supermodel turned pilot, which worked to the tune of millions of views. Nadia Marenko was a star in the aviation world and on social media too.
Damn.
And it was during the height of the success that she started Aviloop. It clearly wasn't meant to be some big secret either. She actively promoted it on numerous occasions,
No way.
doing interviews on podcasts and even taking it to a trade show. If this was a front for something nefarious, she was doing a bad job of keeping it discreet, which seems to back up our first theory. And it would be very easy to settle on that theory and just call it a day, had being a model and a pilot been all that Nadia was known for.
Interesting.
You see, there was something that she was hiding from her audience, a secret in the form of a bond with one man whom she was working closely with at the time that Aviloop was launched. A man by the name...
I got fucking goosebumps because this fucking demon appeared on my screen. Oh my god, bro. I feel like this dude's behind me or some shit. Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. Dude, what, dude? Oh, of course. He has to look at me.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Of course,
Jeffrey
bro.
Epstein has been arrested on new sex trafficking charges.
Charges
That
of
is
soliciting
insane.
and procuring minors for prostitution.
He was involved in trafficking young women and children over to Little St. James.
Jesus.
In case you're somehow unaware, Jeffrey Epstein is the most...
In case of somehow you're unaware. Yeah, if you don't know about Jeffrey Epstein, then where the fuck you at, man? To be fair, I didn't know about him until recently, if I'm being honest with you, Kyle. When like the Epstein files were talking about, I kind of like knew about it, but I didn't know about it when this was happening. Like when he passed away, when all that shit, I was not even looking into it. When everything happened, I didn't know. I found out like pretty recently, actually, maybe like what 3 years ago. I found out about this guy. This demon.
prolific pedophile and human trafficker maybe of all time. He carried out a large-scale human trafficking operation, bringing children to his private island that he and other elites exploited in horrific ways.
It's crazy.
It's one of the biggest news stories of my lifetime, and over the past years there's been so much talk surrounding the acquaintances of Epstein. Who is connected with him, and how close were they? But of all these people in Epstein's circle, few, if any, were closer to him than Nadia Marenko.
That is insane.
It's a difficult subject to discuss, but Nadia is considered one of Epstein's victims. He found her through her modeling job when she was just a teenager.
And she didn't just come to the United States for work. Epstein himself brought her, after allegedly purchasing her from her father.
That is insane. That is absolutely insane. Purchasing her from her father. What a fucking shit father, bro. God damn. That is insane. What the fuck? He bragged about it too? Saying we have learned all sorts of things about ourselves from the media. What does that even mean? Dude, what the shit?
Followed was Nadia becoming his self-described sex slave.
Jeez.
It's a horrible and unimaginable fate. But while Nadia appeared to have been a victim of Epstein, that wasn't all she was, as after becoming an adult, she also became Epstein's accomplice.
What?
When Epstein was first investigated by the FBI back in the 2000s, many of his victims came forward and claimed that Nadia was not only present for their abuse, but she was a willing participant, there to satisfy Epstein's criminal sexual desires by, on occasion, directly participating in sexual abuse and prostitution of the minor girls. Now, Epstein was eventually given a sweetheart deal for these crimes in 2008, which led to him serving just 13 months in prison. And as part of that deal, Nadia was given complete immunity, meaning she never faced any sort of repercussions for her use of children.
How?
But despite being a free woman by the time that Epstein was thrown in jail, she stood by his side, living in his New York City home, waiting for his release. And while he was behind bars, Nadia would visit him roughly 70 times. These two were deeply connected, even well after she was his slave, with Nadia even making a scrapbook for Epstein, which is just so terrifying that I had to at least mention it in this video.
What? What the shit? This is some fuck shit, bro.
It would be several years later in 2012, a time when Nadia had long since left Epstein's home and his control, that Nadia would rejoin his operation, this time with a brand new role. She became one of Epstein's pilots, taking victims and perpetrators alike to and from the island, on the plane they dubbed the Lolita Express.
Jesus.
What happened on the Lolita Express?
Everything that happened on the Lolita Express and his other planes was the same thing that happened in his bedrooms and the massage rooms. The abuse did not stop because we're in the air. Jeffrey couldn't take a 2-hour flight without having to ejaculate. Like, that's how sick this man was.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. A flight without ejaculating is insane. Dude. What the fuck? The world, isn't the world just a shitty place, man? What a shitty place we live in. God damn. God damn.
Nadia Marenko was directly trafficking children for Epstein, and she was doing this in 2012, mere months after she started Aviloop.
That is
which brings us to our third and most upsetting theory. That Aviloop wasn't a cover for prostitution, but rather a front for child trafficking. And
oh, for sure, bro. For sure. It seemed like that Aviloop was probably for like Epstein's like small group of people to like, oh, you can choose this, or like if you do this, you can like, it's like some weird cult thing, bro, for sure.
Helia. Nadia's involvement alone and the timing of the company's launch, mixed with all the innuendos, the red flags, it all starts to make sense.
Yeah.
And it's made even more disturbing when you look at the videos they posted on YouTube. As one thing I failed to mention so far is just how young these deal attendants look.
Yeah, for sure.
There's obviously no way to conclusively determine their age from the footage, but some believe that they look to be teenagers and maybe even underaged, which would make sense for this theory, as the deal attendants wouldn't be prostitutes, but rather child victims.
Of course.
It's a theory that has to be considered. I mean, as crazy as it seems,
she definitely looks really young. Really fucking, there's no way. She's definitely a teenager. There's no way she's over 18.
Aviloop was quite literally founded and run by a child trafficker who was actively trafficking children when the company started.
Jesus. And Nadia wasn't the only sketchy character involved in the site behind the scenes.
Of course.
Epstein himself was as well.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The two frequently emailed each other, and in multiple instances, Aviloop was discussed, with Epstein frequently giving her advice. In one email, he wrote to her, "Website is cool, mix of porn, Groupon, and flying. The marketing campaign could be, buy with us, we give a flying fuck." His mentioning of porn here is just more confirmation that Aviloop wasn't just an aviation company.
Okay.
But this also shows that Epstein was helping with the company, and he wasn't just doing this through friendly advice. Throughout his emails, you can also find dozens of receipts from transactions with Aviloop, totaling hundreds of thousands of dollars of payments sent directly to the company.
That is insane. What the It's just like a front for the website, for him to funnel his thing to fucking, dude. Godly, bro.
Jeffrey Epstein was an investor in Aviloop.
Get this thing off my fucking screen.
Too, and he seemed to believe in the service
Get this thing
so
off my
much
screen. Why is
that
it so
he even
zoomed in?
appeared to use it himself, as emails show him inquiring about booking flights through the company.
What?
Nadia at one point even offered to help Epstein through Aviloop, writing, "Is there anything I can do for you? I can find a deal through Aviloop on anything you want. Airplanes, helicopters, cheapest charters, discounted fuel, or a new model/assistant."
Jesus.
She's literally offering Jeffrey Epstein a model through Aviloop, which more than hints at this theory being possible. I mean,
what the fuck? That's probably got a deeper rabbit hole that goes into like, who's getting the people for Jeffrey Epstein? There had to been like some dude. What the fuck?
She spells it out. And if they were in fact trafficking children through this service, this could give us a blueprint to how they were able to get their victims.
Yeah.
Maybe they were finding models and having them fly out under the assumption that modeling is all they would be doing. Maybe these videos were even their tryouts for their roles, which they did without even realizing what was to come. I mean, these women were referred to as models on the Aviloop website. And remember, modeling is exactly how Epstein found Nadia.
Dude.
And it's also how he found so many other victims, as he was known to use the modeling industry as a means of recruiting young and underage women, offering them high-paying jobs and potentially career-making opportunities in order to lure them in. So maybe this was all part of the operation, or maybe Nadia was simply taking a page from his book and using the same style of entrapment that he used on her.
No, there's no way. There's no way she used it for herself. It was definitely for him to exploit and to use to like bring new people in and for them to just like funnel money to the company. It's just a bunch of bullshit, bro. There's no way that she did it herself voluntarily. Though she did do things for him, some sick shit for him, bro. So maybe she did. I don't know.
It's so disturbing to even consider. And there's one more email that I believe is the most disturbing of all, that could allude to their alleged trafficking. An email with the subject line, Old Hairy Coconuts. I ordered sweet young coconuts from Thailand for you, and they just arrived. Very yummy. I was going to ship them to you in Paris, but I hear you are coming back, so I will send them to 71st with Sarah, just so you don't have to drink juices from old hairy things.
What?
Epstein was notorious for using code words in his messages. It's not hard to see what Nadia may have meant by sweet young coconuts. So was it a joke or was it a coded message? It's hard to say. But this email was sent on November 13th, 2011.
Jesus.
Just 2 months after the launch of Aviloop.
What the fuck?
Welcome to Aviloop, your collective find website for anything aviation.
That's crazy.
So what was Aviloop? Well, to this day, we still don't have a true answer, but everyone has their theories, and most of them are not good. Many legitimately believe that Aviloop was a front for child trafficking, and I can see why. The connections and the strange material on the website and the channel make this impossible.
I am going with that theory. I feel like that's the most obvious theory. The fact that the FBI or whoever else didn't go into Aviloop is insane to me. Like, how is that not incorporated? How is that not? I don't get it. I feel like that's like the key thing to figure out, like, how he's getting his victims and shit, bro. My bad, y'all. Camera's out of focus.
As just some crazy conspiracy theory. And if this theory were to be believed, it makes the Aviloop YouTube channel that much more disturbing.
Yeah.
As these videos would be advertisements for a human trafficking service.
Are they still
that
up?
Potentially included the victims as the stars.
Are they still up on?
It's also possible that this was a hub for prostitution. And while sex work doesn't always mean human trafficking, just given the players involved, that would definitely still be a concern. There's also still the possibility that Aviloop was secretly a porn website, like Epstein seemed to suggest in his email. With this content, perhaps...
See, for me, I feel like it's so obvious. Like, there's no theory, there's no other theories. I feel like it's all incorporated with him. There's no way that he wasn't involved with Aviloop. He was definitely involved.
Occurring on those one-on-one video calls.
Like the emails and shit, bro?
And there was one email that I found that was sent from Epstein's assistant, Story Cowles, that makes this feel even more believable, as Epstein asks him what he was up to which Story responds, "Just playing online at Aviloop. Pouring rain. Love it. Love it." The way these people communicate is just so weird and hard to decipher, but playing online at Aviloop certainly seems to suggest that this wasn't just a typical daily deals website.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I feel like there's like a bigger thing, it's a bigger picture. I feel like there's like a way bigger thing. It was like a small group of people, small niche people, like abusing, like fucking, I don't know, bro, like trafficking or just choosing and like trafficking people. Like right under our noses, or just, it's telling you, it's just a front. How is this company not involved at all? Like, I'm
and
confused.
If porn really was the draw, I think given the secrecy of it and the people connected, I would still be very concerned about
how is this still a mystery, bro?
Where they were getting these actresses, and if they were even of age. Nadia's legal team has pushed back on these theories, claiming she was merely Epstein's victim and nothing more. And someone who allegedly worked at Aviloop claimed that the ad campaign was merely meant to be provocative, and that's all. This just feels so hard to believe. And regardless of which, if any of these theories are true, it seems so obvious to me that Aviloop was never meant to just be a normal company. I even question if perhaps Nadia had created Aviloop as a fake website, which Epstein could then funnel money into in order to make it look like Nadia was earning legitimate income. Something that she needed to prove in order to get...
Wait, hold up. You talked about evidence of money documents made as Aviloop. You have to work on money, understanding the rational, and casino United States to ask for more. Asking for 100K, and then are we done? Do you think it's right for you to claim something after walking out that I've constantly said for years? Is that the deal? I'll let you everyone to make money as the reasons you gave me over and over were related to bad press. I can call later today. Is this Aviloop revenue? Other? Why so much?
Her US visa, which her emails to Epstein show she was clearly struggling with. And she seemed to allude to this at least being part of her reasoning for creating Aviloop in the first place.
Interesting.
And part of the reason why she
blackmail. What if he like was using that to sorry, bro. I'm having all these theories and like, bro, I feel like this is just a bigger picture. There's no like, oh my god.
She was asking Epstein for money. And ultimately, the only way she ended up getting that visa was through a deal that she made with the FBI that involved her informing them on Epstein's crimes.
No way.
Her work directly helped lead to his 2019 arrest and his ultimate death inside his jail cell that same year. And it was around the same time that Aviloop went back online with its fresh, scrubbed look, void of anything even close to being sexual. And since then, it's never been updated again. And there's hardly been any updates from Nadia herself either. She made a brief appearance in a 2019 YouTube video where she pulled a prank on a flying instructor, acting as an inexperienced student only to surprise the instructor with how skilled she was, with Nadia going as far as to dress as a child. But since then, her trail goes pretty much cold, and once the Epstein files started releasing around 2024, she disappeared from the public eye.
Oh, I'm sure.
Bizarrely, from that point on, the only trace of her seems to have come from images and videos from a monastery, which she seems to have joined. Nadia Marinko's work with the FBI and the immunity that she was given all those years ago makes it feel unlikely that she'll ever be prosecuted, or even investigated for whatever this whole operation was.
Okay.
The reality, though, is that we don't know the full truth about Aviloop, and it's involved in one of the most twisted and deep rabbit holes in human history.
I'm
a rabbit hole filled with so many layers and cover-ups and corruption that I just hope that somewhere within all of it, we can eventually find an answer to the question, what was Aviloop?
I'm telling
you,
bro.
Then, it will remain one of the darkest mysteries, not only on YouTube, but across the entire internet.
I don't think it's a theory, bro. I don't think it's a theory. Maybe because it seems like she made it for to like impress him in a way, or maybe like, I don't know, bro. I mean, it makes sense.
Guys, I actually have a super last minute update here. I completely finished this video, but there was something that was still bothering me.
Okay.
The question of who were these deal attendants? I initially tried looking for information that could give us an ID, but everything was just wild speculation.
Okay.
But I decided to give it one last look, and I'm glad that I did because I actually think I identified two of them.
No way.
I found an article that reported one of them as being a woman named Shannon Cusack, which explained that Shannon was actually a friend and maybe even roommate of Nadia at the time that she was starting up Aviloop. And at the time of filming this ad, she was actually in her mid-20s. It seems like she might have just been helping Nadia out at the time with this. She even listed the job on her LinkedIn supposedly, though it's now since been removed.
Okay.
The other deal attendant that I might have found was Ashley, and it was actually thanks to a YouTube comment. And what's interesting about her was that she was a model, but she was also in her mid-20s around the time of filming this. And based on her blog, she continued to have a normal modeling career and seemingly normal life after her time working with Aviloop, before she sadly passed away from cancer. And from what I've seen, there isn't much to hint that she was ever a victim of anything Epstein related. This is huge because a lot of people were falsely claiming that this girl was Ashley Martinez, a missing girl whose family is still searching for her to this day.
Okay.
But this doesn't appear to be the case.
Got it.
The only deal attendant that I wasn't able to ID was Claire, who does happen to look the youngest. But knowing now that these other women were of age, I feel more inclined to believe that maybe the women shown on the channel weren't actually victims.
But bro, look at this. Look at this, bro. She looks the youngest out of these two. There's no way. What if he put these two people here? This one and then this one over there, like as a front, like okay, yeah, we have like older people, but then like you have this one, you know, for like the little scheming little nerds and weirdos out there. You know what I'm saying?
Of the operation, or at the very least, they weren't children. But obviously, I can't say this for certain, and that's not to say that that wasn't happening behind the scenes, of course. This just adds another layer to this mystery.
I don't know, bro. Damn, dude, that was interesting. That was really interesting. Holy shit. Good stuff, man. Good stuff, Nick Crawley. Good stuff, man. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys had a good time, you know, you guys getting scared and learning more about this Epstein stuff, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. This Epstein stuff is crazy, bro. It's crazy. I never got down to like that rabbit hole, but to me, it's just so interesting. Just like, how was he able to get away with it for so long, man? Sad. Sad and nasty and disgusting, man. Terrible world we live in.